All right, you ready, Sasha? Dave, first, just Mookie Betts going up paternity. Do you have any information on how Bree is doing, how Mookie is doing, and what is the plan for this paternity?
So, yes, he has. He's on paternity leave. I think they had the baby. So I don't know. I'm sure Mookie and Bree are going to kind of announce it. So my only prayer is that the baby was healthy. Our expectation is that he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. I talked to him this morning, and so that's what I'm kind of hoping, and we'll go from there.
So with Jameson today, the decision to have him batting leadoff, what kind of went to that?
Yeah, it was kind of, we had a lot of different options. Just feeling that McGill is, really good against right-handed hitting, and so to give James a chance to get 4 or 5 at bats at the top, kind of puts other guys in different spots. I just felt it gives us the best chance to win the game tonight.
Skipper, can you talk a little bit about what Vin Scully means to you and one of maybe your favorite stories about him?
Wow. I think Vin Scully means a lot, not only to me, obviously to so many people, but to me. I just considered him a friend. I think he always treated me fairly. He saw me when I was a player, when I was a manager, and we continued that relationship. And like I've said before, and I think people have used that descriptor, is he was a gentleman. And there's not too many of those around, which is unfortunate. Great storyteller, great historian, loved baseball, loved the Dodgers, and he was a friend.
Dave, were you in a position to absorb the loss of Taylor for a few days without putting him on the IL?
If it gets to that point, I think we are. That's Luke Williams. We recalled him in Mookie spot for paternity. But if Chris is out longer, I think that'll kind of transition to another situation for Luke as far as being on the roster. It's always hard to lose a guy like Chris for a day. But today's better than yesterday, and we'll see how he comes out tomorrow.
Did you get through any testing today?
Today was just a lot of core stuff, some running around. I don't think he did any throwing or hitting though.
So Mookie will be in the lineup tomorrow and go on the trip for you guys?
Who's that?
For Mookie.
Mookie will be in the lineup tomorrow. That's my plan. And he will go on the trip with us, yeah. And in the lineup, I expect him to be in the infield tomorrow somewhere.
And Will Smith, how's he progressing?
Will's getting better each day. I think it's getting better each day. So we're still a ways out for me as far as he's still got to catch pens, work up a sweat, get his heart rate up, kind of go through the regular preparation to then feel like, for us to feel confident that he can kind of not have a setback. So, yeah, he's days away at the minimum.
Is he going to make the trip?
Yeah, he'll be on the trip with us.
But Thursday's probably not likely.
Thursday is not going to happen.
You mentioned just how much Vin means to you and the fans. How special is it to be playing Dodger baseball here and being able to honor him with with the fans and his family?
It's like, I guess it's pretty comparable to playing at Dodger Stadium on Jackie Robinson Day. I mean, I think that Vin's impact on baseball, not necessarily civil rights, so I don't want to get too much trouble comparing it all, but honoring Vin Scully, who is an icon in baseball, to be a Dodger and wear this uniform and to have his, I think as you said, 18 grandkids here and to keep his legacy going, it's special. It's different when you're wearing a Dodger uniform.
Dave, Clayton's next win is 200. What is the significance of that number in today's game? I mean, it seems like 300 was that number 20 years ago.
I think it's very significant. I think it's all relative to the generation of player, and in this particular case, starters aren't being used like they have been. But Clayton has withstood the test of time and performed at a very high level. And so for him, for us, the Dodgers, the fans, let's all hope he gets it tonight at home.
Hudson's now not eligible to come back from June. Is it any change in his status, or that's just more status quo?
I don't know if it's like the patella tendonitis kind of from the surgery, which I think that is going to get better, which is good. There's nothing, the surgery was successful and all that stuff, so I just kind of getting over the hump. It's just taking more time. So in June, we do expect him to be back ready to go.
Dave, with Mookie, just making sure that he's here, you said he doesn't play midfield to some. Where else would he play defense?
Yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity. We'll see. There's a chance I might slide him over to short.
Is that a possibility?
It's a possibility. We'll see.
Is that one yesterday? If you had forced extra innings?
Yeah. He would have been in there if we had tied it up last night. Yeah.
Have you talked to him about it?
He's been clamoring for quite some time, so we'll see how it plays out.
Does he work out at shortstop?
Every day.
Is right field his third favorite position?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Seems that way.
Yeah. But he's got some hardware, though, that would argue that. But yeah.
But Dave, with that though, hasn't played it in a while. Shortstop's not an easy position to play. The risk involved.
I don't think there's a risk. I don't think there's a health risk. Obviously, you're looking at where we're at, and I'm going to decide what gives the best chance to win. Is it Miguel Rojas, who's coming off some tissue injuries, to play a day game after 2 night games? The status of CT, and so all those stuff that I have to weigh and make that decision. But I do know I don't think it's a health risk, so that's most important.
When he does drills over there, how natural does he look?
He looks extremely natural. The guy can play on a baseball field, so I think there were some reservations about him playing second base last year, and he quickly put those to bed. So it's going to be the same thing, when Jorge sees him at shortstop. Same thing. It's okay.
How did Tony
I feel like
Gonsolin?
that's obviously like a fun thing to contemplate, right? But I'm wondering, like, for you, is that sort of a cause for concern, just sort of big picture that you've gotten to maybe use Mookie Betts and shortstop?
No, I think that's just a byproduct of what happened yesterday with CT. So I think when you're talking about the third string at any position, there's some things that have to happen that you just got to kind of get through. So hopefully CT's thing is minimal and we don't have to have that conversation, but I just don't know. But to have Mookie as your third string at anything, I think teams could be doing a lot worse.
What positions might we see Luke Williams at? The shortstop, one of them.
Short, third, and second.
And how did Tony Gonsolin come out of yesterday?
Came out of it well. He took a flight out to OKC this morning, and he'll be ready to make his start on Thursday.
What's your sense for what Clayton's reached so many different milestones throughout his career? Your sense for what maybe 200 wins might mean, maybe that one's a little bit more special.
I think the wins and the strikeouts, as far as individual, appreciating that wins come with the team, but mean more to him because it's longevity. Clayton respects people that do things for a long period of time. And, lightning strikes on a lot of people, stars align to have a good year or a good couple years, but to have X amount of strikeouts that he has, and to have 200 wins, I think that for him, that's something that he values that, and he should.
Could Will be back at some point during the Chicago series?
I hope yes, but I'm still not counting on it.
And then to clarify, the IL could still be possible for Chris if it doesn't progress from there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Will was pretty optimistic yesterday. Did something change? Did he not go?
No, I'm just my coach's hat is on, and I think there's some things that he needs to do to feel confident that we're not going to regress. And I want to put him in the best position to have success, not just to run him out there. So I think that's great that he feels good. Great.
Dave, you're running into another team that's had some success stealing bases this year, and from a strategic standpoint, I just wonder if the way that you think about containing the running game and the way that you think about taking advantage of the new stolen base rules has changed. how much has it changed since last year?
Certainly, stolen bases attempts against us has dramatically changed. Teams are being more aggressive. We're not doing a good job of converting those attempts into outs. And on our side, offensively, we haven't been good at on the offensive side. So it's kind of we got to get better. I think on both sides of it. Whether if we run to up the stolen base percentage and try to curtail some of the success that other teams have had against us, because they're gonna run the bases against us. Yeah,
it kind of felt like base stealing specifically was kind of after hitting, after pitching, after defense, and now it's maybe a little bit more prominent of an offensive strategy around the league. How integral is it to this disparity of preventing steals and stealing bases yourself is going into your record right now?
I would say that the stolen bases against bases given up, bases given away as far as being caught. I would say 2 to 3 wins is a safe kind of qualifier for me, and that's just the first thought. Giving the value of an extra base or 20 extra bases and giving away 4 extra outs. So I don't know, but I don't know that.
How many bigger bags would you have stolen?
I don't know if I'd have been manager. I might have made a little bit more money. No, I don't know. It's still good to see. I still like the game. I love the way that guys are running more. I think it's fantastic. So on the strategic part, we just got to do better, which we will.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.